Through long history, there were many bridges that collapsed due to certain reasons like designing flaw or natural disaster. In this video, I'm gonna talk about 10 famous bridge collapses since 1900. On 1970s, miracle on the Han River had improved South Korea's economy greatly. Seongsu Bridge was built in this era. Due to some mistakes in welding, metal fatigue soon occurred. Lack of maintenance had worsened the situation. On October 21, 1994, the cracks became larger and the bridge collapsed, killing 32 people. The government realized it's necessary to enhance relevant regulations. Westgate Bridge is a cable-stayed box girder bridge in Melbourne. It was completed in 1978 and was even longer than Sydney Harbour Bridge. On October 15, 1970, it collapsed during construction and 35 people lost their lives. In the aftermath, investigators found that the workers had used inappropriate ways to hang up the girder and caused bending, then used wrong ways to try to fix them. Some of the wreckage are now at Monash University to let future engineers to be alarmed. Among many interstate highways in the United States, I-90 had a bridge across Schoharie Creek. In the years after construction, small cracks urged people to reinforce the bridge multiple times. But the key problems are the piers were built on soft riverbeds and the plinths were not heavy enough. On April 5, 1987, a large flood destroyed 2 of the 4 piers, with 10 people dead. Colorado State University performed a model to simulate and concluded that the depth of the piers were not deep enough. Now let's go to Genoa's Morandi Bridge. It has 3 pylons, but each only with 4 cables covered by concrete. As time elapsed, rusting started to affect the condition of the bridge, resulting in carrying capacity significantly lower and the cross-sectional area of the tendons dropping. In 2016, Minister of Transportation stated the bridge needed maintenance. On August 14, 2018, one of the pylons collapsed in a heavy rain, killing 43 people. The remaining was then demolished. Another interstate highway, I-35W, crossed the Mississippi River through a beam bridge built in 1967. With inadequate redundancy due to cost, the bridge became obsolete in front of the increasing traffic flow. Though being evaluated as needs improvement for many times, not much work can be done on it. On August 1, 2007, the bridge collapsed and 13 people died. A year later, the new bridge was opened, and this time, the sensors made it safer. Silver Bridge was an I-bar chain suspension bridge built in 1928. I-bar means the cables being replaced with steel rods. On December 15, 1967, one I-bar cracked and a series of chain reactions resulted in the collapse of the bridge, killing 46 people. The cracks actually occurred a long time before the collapse, but so minor that couldn't be detected at that time. 2 years after the collapse, a new cantilever bridge was opened at the same location named the Silver Memorial Bridge. On Tampa Bay, Florida, locates a 6.8-kilometer bridge. It was the longest bridge in the United States when completed and greatly facilitated the transportation on the 2 sides of the bay. On May 9, 1980, a storm hit the area and a large freighter got lost in the heavy rain. Its radar was unable to detect the positions of the crucial navigation buoys. It hit a pier of the bridge, causing its partial collapse and 35 people died. In North Island of New Zealand, a major railroad connecting Wellington and Auckland, Whangarei River Rail Bridge is on its way. A mud flow in 1925 had weakened the bridge's structure. Another mud flow on December 24, 1953 caused the bridge to collapse. A train didn't stop in time and 151 people lost their lives. Fortunately, a person passing waved his torch to warn the driver. After the accident happened, a couple drove by and rescued many people. In 1953, the new bridge was built. Tacoma Narrows Bridge was known as Galloping Gertie. The chief designer Leo Moiseev reduced the thickness by 2/3 to reduce costs from 11 million to 8 million. With inadequate amount of material, the bridge would sway drastically when the wind was strong. On November 7, 1940, only 4 months and 6 days after completion, a strong wind made the deck fall into the water. Fortunately, no one was killed. It was concluded that Carmen Vortex Street was the main factor of the accident. In 1950, the new bridge was opened, known as Sturdy Gertie. In 1887, Theodore Cooper became the chief designer for Quebec Bridge. He increased the main span of the bridge, but ignored the extra weight. On June 1907, some workers found that the rivet holes on the bridge were misaligned and some of the rods were bent. They reported the situation to Cooper, but he didn't take it seriously. On August 29th, the bridge collapsed and 75 workers died. On September 11, 1916, the bridge was under reconstruction and the failure of a supporting element caused the middle section collapse, killing 13. The bridge was finally opened in 1917. In a word, it's really necessary to be cautious when building bridges. So thanks for your watching. Remember to like, subscribe and share.